Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is here, everyone. Welcome back for more SPTV from the road. I'm away from Clearwater at the moment. I'll be returning tomorrow, but I did want to do a video on the subject of the latest development in LEAH REMINI's lawsuit against David Miscavige and Scientology. A lot of decisions, two or three decisions recently, have not gone Scientology's way in this lawsuit. And instead of taking an approach of you win some, you lose some, that's how lawsuits go. No, Scientology's tiny little leader, David Miscavige, must be throwing all sorts of hissy fits because their attorneys have said, no, this cannot stand. This judge has got to go. And yesterday, Miscavige's team filed a preemptory challenge to the judge, which I didn't know you could do at this stage in the lawsuit. Now, I called my lawyer friend, Zach, and I asked him for some input on this. And he said, look, they don't have the preemptory challenges in the state where he's licensed to practice. And I am a little surprised that they can file such a challenge at this point after many decisions and rulings and motions have already been made in this case. But clearly, there's something more for me to understand here. So first, let me show you the actual filing itself. Let's take a look at this. So yeah, just yesterday, Jeffrey Riffer is the attorney for David Miscavige. It's pretty simple language. It's just this one paragraph. The judicial officer named above, before whom the trial of or a hearing in this case is pending, or to whom it has been assigned, is prejudiced against the party or their attorney, or the interests of the party or their attorney, so that the declarant cannot or believes that he or she cannot have a fair and impartial trial or hearing before the judicial officer. No explanation given for, in what way the judge, what is the evidence showing that the judge is impartial or incapable of being fair here? Now, that is the definition of a preemptory challenge is, and I'm not screen sharing this, but I am just reading it, a defendant's or lawyer's objection to a proposed juror, or in this case, a jurist, made without needing to give a reason. Now, here's where this gets a little confusing, and Zach wasn't really sure what to make of this either. If you don't have to give a reason, then it seems like it's a gimme. But Scientology did give a reason. See, you can file a preemptory challenge without giving any reason. But they filed a preemptory challenge and gave a reason. He's biased. He's unfair. You don't have to give a reason. And so it's not entirely clear to me right now whether this is simply a formality and the judge is automatically going to be replaced because it's just a procedural issue, or whether the reason they gave a reason is because it's not a gimme. And I just don't know. Now, this is one of these cases where be careful what you wish for. The judge may have made a couple rulings in this case that were not the rulings Scientology wanted, but the judge has not shown any evidence of actually being biased against Scientology and David Miscavige in this case. Now, this is the judge that ruled David Miscavige was going to be served. Meaning he instead of, he's like, knock it off. We're not going to play this game. David Miscavige is going to be served. He is going to show up in this courtroom. He is going to answer up for the complaints against him. Perhaps David Miscavige just didn't like the tone of the judge's tone when he said those things to Miscavige's attorneys. And to be sure, the judge has seemed like he has been frustrated and isn't really willing to put up with the games that Scientology's attorneys play. But like I said, be careful what you wish for. Just because Miscavige doesn't like that this judge has gotten fed up with Scientology's attorneys' shenanigans doesn't mean he's going to fare better with a better judge. And perhaps the other judge, or, if this is just a formality and it's just a procedural issue and a new judge gets assigned to the case, perhaps that other judge isn't really going to look too kindly on the fact that one of his colleagues was requested to be replaced for no reason whatsoever other than the fact that Miscavige didn't really like the rulings. I don't know, guys. We'll see what happens. Now, in addition to just that ruling, I figured I might as well share with you guys the blog post, or what do they call this? This isn't just a blog, the Substack. The Substack post that Yashar Ali did on this subject just earlier today. It doesn't necessarily have a bunch of additional information as far as this issue itself, but it does give a lot of context and framing. So let's just take a look at it real quick. Breaking: Scientology leader David Miscavige files to have presiding judge removed from LEAH Remini lawsuit. The motion filed yesterday by Miscavige's personal attorney seeks to remove LA judge who just ruled that the organization Miscavige controls will remain a party to the suit. So that's just one of the decisions that I referenced recently that didn't go Scientology's way. Is Scientology and David Miscavige, when it comes to lawsuits against Scientology, have a history of saying, whoa, 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 whoa. David Miscavige and RTC, the Religious Technology Center, the organization that David Miscavige controls, David Miscavige and RTC have nothing to do with this. Now, the Church of Scientology does. Go ahead and sue the Church of Scientology. You should definitely sue the Church of Scientology. But what? My pearls? RTC? David Miscavige? No. David Miscavige will throw the mother Church of Scientology under the bus just to protect his own skin. And that's what they tried to do in just recently in LEAH Remini's lawsuit. They tried to say, whoa, 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 whoa. All of these allegations that LEAH Remini has made against the church, they may be true, they may not be true, but we had nothing to do with that. RTC had nothing to do with that. David Miscavige had nothing to do with that. That was the Church of Scientology. And the judge was like, no thanks. And that's actually when affidavits were submitted specifically for this purpose by Mike Rinder and Claire Headley, both who have a lot of experience working with and for RTC, explaining how anything CSI does, Church of Scientology International, is connected to RTC, is connected to David Miscavige. CSI is not allowed to do anything without approval from RTC and David Miscavige. And that's what their affidavits were about. And the judge ruled that those affidavits did meet the minimum standard required, that RTC, and ruled RTC is going to continue to be a part of this lawsuit. Absolutely. Now, David Miscavige hasn't even yet argued. Actually, this might be why he wants a new judge. David Miscavige has not yet made that same argument because David Miscavige only accepted service in this case a number of weeks ago. RTC is the one that officially made the argument, saying, Your Honor, this has nothing to do with us. And the judge said, yes, it does. And David Miscavige is about to make the same argument. And that's why he wants a new judge. It just dawned on me. Da-ding. Okay, so let's continue to see what Yashar says here. David Miscavige has filed a motion with the LA Superior Court judge to have the judge presiding over LEAH Remini's lawsuit filed last August removed. The motion, which is a preemptory challenge to judicial officer, was filed with the court on behalf of David Miscavige yesterday. Okay, I'm not just going to read stuff that is literally the same stuff that I just said, but Miscavige's motion comes after Judge Hammack ruled that RTC would continue to remain a party in the lawsuit despite Scientology's attorneys and David Miscavige's attorneys going to great lengths to have RTC and David Miscavige removed. And to be clear, David Miscavige has not yet personally argued to be removed, but we can be sure that that is coming. Scientology has a long history of falsely claiming that its leaders only serve as ecclesiastical leaders of Scientology, which operates like a borderless totalitarian state and the cult of personality. And they have no control or oversight over Scientology's financial affairs and the activities of its global intelligence agency. That is a lie. That is a lie in L. Ron Hubbard's case, and is even more so a lie in David Miscavige's case. David Miscavige maintains absolute control over all Scientology organizations and their assets. He ruthlessly and sometimes violently micromanages their operations. This motion is the first time that David Miscavige or Scientology has sought to change the judge in this lawsuit. Last fall, LEAH Remini filed to get a new judge assigned to her case, resulting in Judge Hammack presiding. That's right. And by the way, it is my understanding, it is my recollection that when LEAH Remini filed her preemptory challenge to have a new judge assigned, she didn't give a reason because she didn't have to give a reason. Each side has a certain number of preemptory challenges within a certain amount of time. And like I said, I'm just not sure whether the time period for the automatic preemptory challenges has expired. Could you imagine a judge having to review a preemptory challenge to remove himself and having the authority to approve or disprove it? How awkward, how uncomfortable. I don't really think we need to cover any more of that Substack article. I think that's fine. You guys get the idea. Okay, so that's all that's going on right now. This might be the only video I do. I'm gonna be heading out of here pretty soon. We'll see. I'll look over my list and see if there's anything else we need to discuss. Sir Crepitus gifted 5 growing up in Scientology memberships. Very kind of you, Sir Crepitus. I very much appreciate that. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon or evening, however briefly. Thank you, as always, to everyone who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe